our experts are having wide experience in the area of fashion, retailing, management, merchandise, the e-commerce, the channel management, and the commercial design development also. And our own Professor Dr. Raghuram Jayaraman, he is having a wide experience in the administration, in the teaching, in the academics, as well as the placements. So students, this year is going to be very crucial for you all guys. I would like to say that 1 year in your career will be a golden year. That year, whatever you will desire, whatever you will aspire for, that will come into your hands, that you will get it in any case. So just zero down that golden year with the your graduating year. If the golden year of your career is your graduating year, then nothing like that. Means you need not to again go to the field, to the open market where your competition is wide and varied, where you have to compete from other centers, other students. The open market, the person who has done work in the same field and having experience also. So the best option to get the job is from the in the graduating year. So I would like all of you to convert this year into your golden year. And now you all will ask how to convert this year into golden year. Mm, there is no thumb rule as such for that, but I would like to say that hard work, and hard work. Your intention to get the job. If your intention is right, your intensity is up to the mark, then the year will be golden year for you. Even if you start today and the campus placements are going to start after a month, this 1 month itself is very much in your hand, where you can perform, where you can because in the last 4 years, definitely in the pedagogy of the NIFT, you must have learned many skills, many challenges you have faced, which you have overcome. So you definitely, as a NIFTian, definitely for the industry, you are a person whom they are looking to give a job. See, my experience as a interviewer and as an interviewee is that the board which interviews you, which are coming to take you in their company, definitely they are there to take you in the company. It's a selection process, not the rejection process, where they are willing to select you, willing to select the best who is there. So in this 1 month, if you will be able to converge yourself, like very rightly, very aptly, the name of our inter college competition is Converge. So if you all are able to converge your all talents, your all skill sets, your all dimensions in this year, so definitely it is going to be a golden year. And now, if I want to speak more in the area of soft skills. See, soft skill, if we know the if we can analyze the sector of clothing, so the three basic requirements of a human society is food, shelter, and the clothes. But if we have to categorize, or we have to give them a level, so the level of urgency will be first and foremost, most important is the food, then the shelter, and then the clothes. In that way, when a person is having little bit of food in his stomach, a shade to live in, then he will aspire for the clothes, that too needy clothes, or the garments. So the soft skill is much more requirement in the sector. Exactly, It is there that it is required everywhere in every field where you want to get a success. If you are in a service industry, definitely soft skill is must. But in the industry of fashion, it is must and must only, I would say. And अगर हम देखें इस तरह से कि even in the success in this world, in this entire world where in the path of spirituality or anything, the path which leads to success is simplicity. When you are simple, you will get the best, you will perform the best. There will be no complication. And जितने soft skills हैं, अगर आप सरल हो जाएंगे, if you are very simple, if you are very humble, then automatically you will learn all the soft skills. अगर आपको सॉफ्ट स्किल्स सीखने के लिए प्रैक्टिस करना है, तो एवरी डे यू हैव टू फेस मेनी पर्सन्स. उसमें आप आपके व्यूज सामने वाले के व्यूज मिलते नहीं है, तो प्रोबेबली सॉफ्ट स्किल्स आपके अगर बेसिक्स सही नहीं होंगे तो हो सकता है वो सॉफ्ट स्किल डगमगा जाए. आपके सॉफ्ट स्किल्स हर चैलेंजेस को, हर सिचुएशन को, एवरी काइंड ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग के सामने उसमें प्रॉब्लम हो जाए. तो इवन और उसके लिए द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट इंग्रेडिएंट इज द ह्यूमिलिटी. जितने आप नम्र होंगे उतने ही आप सरल हो, और जब आप सरल होंगे तो फिर आपको आपको उस सॉफ्ट स्किल्स को सीखने के लिए किसी फार्मूला की या किसी सक्सेस मंत्रा की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. सिर्फ सरल होना है. जिस दिन आप सरल हो गए उस दिन हर चीज मिल जाएगा. भगवान ने तो ये भी बोला है, श्री राम जी ने रामचरितमानस में, कि निर्मल मन जन सो मोहि पावा, मोहे छल छिद्र कपट न भावा. उन्होंने कहा है कि निर्मल मन का जो आदमी है वो ही मुझे पाता है, मुझे छल छिद्र कपट नहीं चाहिए. he doesn't want knowledge, he doesn't want sadhan, he doesn't want many things for his happiness. He just need a person who is simple. निर्मल मंजन सो मोहि पावा. सिमिलरली अगर वैष्णव भक्ति में हम देखते हैं तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने 8 श्लोक दिए हैं. उसमें से द थर्ड श्लोक इज तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरिव सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनयो सदा हरि. इफ यू वांट टू अचीव द लोटस फीट ऑफ लॉर्ड, उसको अचीव करने के लिए द बेस्ट वे इज चैंटिंग द नेम ऑफ लॉर्ड. बट जो चैंटिंग करना है उसकी, वो जो भगवान को पाने के लिए जो चैंटिंग है उसको करने के लिए जो बेसिक इंग्रेडिएंट्स विच आर रिक्वायर्ड इज, द फर्स्ट वन इज तृणादपि सुनिचेन. तृण मीन्स ग्रास, तृणादपि सुनिचेन. यू शुड बी हम्बल, मोर हम्बल देन द ग्रास. अगर हम घास को देखें तो घास जमीन पे रहेगा, उसके ऊपर कई लोग पैर लगा देंगे, फिर भी वो घास अपने वहीं पे स्थित रहेगा. अगर सूख भी जाता है, धूप भी लग जाती है, तो भी अगली बार फिर से बारिश होगी, फिर वो हरा हो जाता है. अगर उसे आप जला भी देते हो, सरप्राइजिंगली अगर उसमें आग भी लग जाती है, फिर भी घास नष्ट नहीं होता. वो उसी ह्यूमिलिटी से वहां पे रहता है. जैसे ही बारिश होती है वो फिर से निकल आता है. तो तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरिव सहिष्णुता. योर टॉलरेंस, तरोरिव, तरु मीन्स ट्री, and सहिष्णुता यानी टॉलरेंस. योर टॉलरेंस लेवल शुड बी लाइक अ ट्री. अगर कितनों भी तूफान आ जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए, वो ट्री खड़ा ही रहता है. अगर आपके आंगन में एक ट्री है और आपने उसे एक सीजन के बाद प्रून कर दिया, तो नेक्स्ट सीजन में फिर से उसमें नई कुपले आएंगी, नई चीज आएंगी, और अगेन that will bear the fruit. So that tolerance of a tree, you require a humbleness of a more humbleness than the grass, tolerance of a tree. तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरिव सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनयो सदा हरि. अमानिना, you don't expect any respect for yourself. अमानिना, no respect. अमानिना, मान का एक्सपेक्टेशन खुद के लिए ना हो. अमानिना मानदेन. मानदेन मीन्स गिव द रिस्पेक्ट टू ईच वन. then कीर्तनयो सदा हरि मीन्स इसके बाद you are eligible to do the service of lotus feet of God. तो Four qualities which are required is you should be humble more than grass. तृणादपि सुनिश्चीन, देन तरोरिव सहिष्णुना, आपका टॉलरेंस जो है वो वृक्ष से भी ज्यादा हो. Then amanina, don't expect any respect for yourself, and manadin, give respect to everyone. These four are the keys to become a devotee. But जब दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी सफलता तो भगवान के चरणों पे जाने की है, तो जो मटेरियल वर्ल्ड की सफलता है वो तो इसमें आसानी से मिल जाएगी. Very easily you will get that soft skill, the requirement of soft skill with these four qualities. I would like to repeat it for your benefit. The first one is humbler, more humbler than grass, more tolerant than a tree, give respect to each one, and don't expect any respect for yourself. These are if you are looking in this entire world of any mantra for developing a soft skill, this is the panacea. ये एक तरह से रामबाण है किसी के लिए भी, अगर वो कुछ भी अचीव करना चाहता है तो सॉफ्ट स्किल के लिए अगर आपको यही श्लोक आप बार बार रिपीट करें सुबह और शाम, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि सॉफ्ट स्किल के लिए किसी और क्लासेस, किसी और मैनेजमेंट थ्योरीज की या फिर किसी की जरूरत है, क्योंकि एज यू ऑल नो दैट एंटायर वेस्ट इज लुकिंग इनटू आवर कंट्री फॉर द स्पिरिचुअल डेवलपमेंट. और ये हमारे शास्त्रों का सार है, मतलब हमारी जो मानस के मोती जो हैं, वो जो शास्त्र हैं उनमें एक ये श्लोक है जो मतलब एक श्लोक शिरोमणि भी कह सकते हैं इसको, कि वन ऑफ द बेस्ट श्लोकास फॉर द सॉफ्ट स्किल, दैट इज तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरिव सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनयो सदा. तो दीज आर आई थिंक सो. इससे ज्यादा सॉफ्ट स्किल्स के लिए मुझे बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर ये आप रिपीट कर लेते हैं मॉर्निंग इवनिंग, तो यू विल डेवलप अ सॉफ्ट स्किल, एक्सीलेंट सॉफ्ट स्किल्स. एंड स्टूडेंट्स दिस आगे मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि ये पैंडेमिक वाला साल बड़ा टफ रहा. देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स, वेरी न्यू इनोवेशंस व्हिच हैव टू ब्रिंग. इंडस्ट्री इटसेल्फ इज इन क्वाइट लो फ्रीक्वेंसी राइट नाउ. इस समय when you will be in the job, you will in the office, even the stress level will be much more, because companies must be not doing very well. The sales projections are not expected, not as performing as expected. The HR, the salary quotient, everything will be little bit different. So soft skill will be must, and even at the time of recruitment they will look into the soft skills. And ये श्लोक आपको soft skill, I have all the belief that this one shloka will be enough for developing those kind of soft skills. So my best wishes to you all students, and I would hand over the control to our convener Puneet ji.
Many thanks for your words of encouragement to the students, sir. I am sure they will keep in mind the 4 pillars, I would say, which you have suggested the students to, start as a foundation to develop their soft skills as well as their professional careers. Many thanks again. Now I will request Mr. Dhanendra Rathore ji to kindly share his words of wisdom with the students.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Puneet. Thanks, Akash, for your words. It's quite for us also, even after spending so much of time. Since we are right now talking about soft skills, I would like to re-emphasize on the fact that whatever we learned, you have spent good years in NIFT, the faculties are great, but most of us actually forget that other than the technical or the creative knowledge that we have and we learn over years, soft skills is actually one of the most important thing which will make you grow in future. Your NIFT certificate will get you a job, no doubt. Everyone will get a job sooner or later. But the softer skills, your hunger to learn, your honesty, your integrity, all these things will take you far. And trust me, once you guys start your jobs, because you had done some internships, you have done graduation projects, etc. Those were all said and done were projects only. But once you get into industry, keep in mind that it's very, very important that you are aware that people are actually watching you. Your mentors who are there in industry, whether it is the HR function or the teams whom you be reporting to, they have spent decent amount of time in industry, and instead of being clever with them or trying to play tricks, it's better to be, when you are work hard, when you are partying, party hard. And most of the organization, unlike when we graduated 15, 16 years back, there was a lot of regimentalship in most of the organization, wearing a lot of formals, reporting time, etc. But last few years, what has happened that most of the organizations have become very receptive to change. They are very adaptive now to the requirements of the younger generation and the new people who join us. So be open and it will be fun. Trust me. Uh, now, one more important, which is skill, which is very, very important for us, is that once you get a job and maybe 1 or 2 years later, two things creep into our mind. One is the comparison. You start comparing with your batchmates, your friends who have joined in the same batch. Okay, he got X percentage growth, I got Y percentage. Try to avoid that at least in the first 3 to 5 years of your career, because what will happen is uh, just because of those initial comparison, you might tend to switch jobs. And when you are in the entry of the pyramid, we all know that the shape of the pyramid. So when you are in the base of the pyramid, number of job you get is very often. So, but try to avoid that urge for some time, and also keep in mind that learning and growth are very, very important. So, when we say growth, obviously monetary growth is also very important. But other than that, you have to keep in mind that you are learning. And people who spend most of the time with good organizations are because those organizations not only give them growth, what they do is they never stop their learning. So every 2 3 years they'll throw you a new opportunity on you, they'll throw you a new role where you learn also and you put in your ideas. So these are the some softer skills keep in mind, and I'm sure all of you will excel. Saturday evening, I'll not take too much of time. I've just prepared a couple of slides. I'll just speak through them, and then we'll go ahead. Yeah. Uh, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It has come.
Yeah. So present scenario of fashion industry and soft skills. So soft skills part is taken care. While talking about the fashion industry right now, I want all of you to just go back to February 2020. Almost 15, 16 months, 1.5 years back. There was no virus, there was no pandemic. What was happening in the industry? Let's try to just give a quick thought on it. Well, these are the few words which are coming to mind. Athleisure was there. It was in two forms. One was the pure play athleisure, which was more of performance fabrics. The other one was the casual part of it, where people were more using it as a comfort wear. Global was a trend. 2 years, 3 years back, people are talking about artisans of India. We in the brands, we were trying to build stories around Indian artisans. My design and creative team were traveling to Odisha, Rajasthan, and different parts of the country to find new collections. Fashion shows, a lot of fashion shows. City in the world, every big city in the country was having some sort of fashion shows. Sustainability was in trend. People were talking about it. A few organizations were serious about it. Then also, fast fashion was word of the time. Everyone wanted to just replicate the Zaras and H&M of the world. The fastest you are to the market, the faster your sales will be. That was the thing in mind, and there was a lot of pressure both on creative side as well as the supply chain side. Minimalistic was also there. A lot of brands like Muji, etc., were talking about it. Uh, People were using different words for minimalistic. Someone was talking, saying it is a core collection. Someone was talking it's a basic plus one. But what people realized was that not everyone always wants a high fashion or a fashionable product. A lot of people evolve and they realize that minimalistic or the basics is also important. So trends were catching up, and basis which brand you see or which retailer in the world, and everyone was clocking 10 to 25% of their sales through basic core or core plus kind of collection. Digital was there, and everyone was talking digital. The future is digital. Your marketing campaigns have to be digital. By the time Geo had already happened in the country, so the internet penetration to the hooks and every corner of the country was there. When we are talking about trade shows and road shows, well, every retailer in India as well as international was doing a trade show wherein we were calling our customers, our buyers, come visit us, spend time with us, see our physical collections, our design team, category teams. We ourselves were pushing them to buy the new collections that we have created. And after that, multiple road shows were happening. There were multiple hubs of it. Say, Southeast Asia, Hong Kong was one of the hubs. Then European markets were doing their own road shows, and same goes for the US market. Market visits when we were part of the brand, market visits were very, very important. The people who are currently in this meeting on the creative side of it, you'll understand that if you have to get the sense of the market, not only on the creative side of it, even on the sales side of it, you have to spend a lot of time in trying to understand what your consumer is, what your customer wants, etc. When people were talking about network, predominantly it was about offline, how many doors you have, how many tiers of town you are available, how many stores you have in high street, how many you have in malls. Those were the words. E-commerce was already there in 2020. It has scaled up. In India, consolidation also has happened, and globally also for most of the brand, uh, uh, unlike India, where e-commerce started on a wrong footing of a discount-led acquisition of customer, globally it has stabilized and matured, and it was more of a convenience shopping for people. Omni-channel as a trend has cashed up in India. Every retailer wanted to do some trials on omni-channel, but predominantly it was by that time it was more of a good to have thing, but the sales or the revenues were not too much dependent on it. Lead time as a word has been there in industry. It has been one of the most talked about things, and we all will have different versions of lead time. When you are a buyer or a retailer, you want it as quickly as possible. When you are in, say, sourcing or the creation part of it, you understand the nuances of things that are happening, and you say that X dates are not possible, etc. Automation, not only in apparel or fashion industry, it was rampant across, whether medical, everywhere automation was there. And also was artificial intelligence and machine learning. It was keywords. It was very niche at that point of time. Very few courses were available and very few experts were there in that. Well, after that, what happened? Today, we are in June 2021. And the same blocks have changed color. So if we see the red highlighted ones, fashion shows are gone. No small fashion show, no NIFT fashion show, no Lakme India Fashion Week, no London Fashion Week, no Paris Fashion Week. Suddenly, everything has just vanished. I know a lot of designers. I have worked with so many of them. When we used to say that there is a cost involved in fashion shows and maybe all these things, the question was that it's non-negotiable, and we all thought that it is non-negotiable. The trade show which we used to do for months, and trust me, with my experience in last almost 13, 14 years only in domestic retail, where I've worked with various brands like Phil's Lifestyle, Allen Solly, Louis Philippe, currently with the Raymond Group of brands of Park Avenue Parks, etc. It's a huge cost that was we used to incur during the trade show, but nobody was able to take the risk that we will, abolish the trade show because the sales head, the people like us who were heading those channels, we were not sure how the market will react to. But unfortunately, last 1.5 years, zero trade show, zero road show. What has happened once we moved these trade shows and road shows digitally? Trust me, at least in the domestic scenario, all the brands have got if not more, equal to the same sale projections as they wanted to do or they did in FY 1920. Market visits, which were like whether it was Eastern travel, travel to Dubai, travel to US and European markets for inspiration and seeing what is happening, not only on the design, but also on the VM and other things, are zero. Today, probably you will reach out to Google Earth or etc. for a market visit, but other than that, there's nothing which is happening. The network or the new door concept which was there, it's gone. Nobody's talking whether you had shop in Connaught Place in Delhi or in a tier 10 town or some corner of the country. In lockdown, everything got closed. And it got converted with was what? Pin code coverage of e-commerce. And suddenly, trust me, the digital journey of every organization globally has been preponed by 4 to 5 years due to pandemic. Everyone who was postponing or procrastinating on their digital spends, whether it is required, not required, we will see jab hoga, has just spent on the upgradation of the technology. They have spent enormous amount of money on technology of e-commerce and omni-channel. Omni-channel, which was good to have 2 years back, uh, became must-have. Malls are closed. Even if malls are opening, customers are not confident without a vaccine coming to a store, but he wants to shop. He wants to attend a wedding. Probably he was lucky one out of those 50 people who will be attending, those weddings. What you will do? Suddenly, a lot of digitization came in. WhatsApp shopping started. Omni-channel shopping started. I'll give you a personal example. I joined Raymond in 2019. I used to push the teams, and adoption on omni-channel was almost zero. People were not very comfortable. They like the technology. Everyone likes technology, but the adoption as an organization was not happening. Trust me, last year during the lockdown, when April and May, the people whom I would have lost hope that they'll call back, all of them were calling then in how soon we can launch omni-channel, how soon my store can go live. Those are the conversation. Automation and AI/ML have also leapfrogged. Now, uh, our the number of people working in a warehouse has become in the last 5 to 6 months. I trust me that disruptions due to positive cases in a warehouse have been so detrimental to so many organizations that most of them are going for a decentralized warehouse as well as automation in warehouse, so that least number of people work there. Because we have to understand that even if you find one positive case in warehouse, your warehouse is practically shut down. Yeah. So if you see, not everything is that bad. Things are mopping up. One good thing that has happened in the last 6 to 8 months, once we opened up, was that the recovery for most of the fashion brands in India was anywhere between 80 to 100%. So most of the brand started doing the same sale as was happening in FY 1920, which is very encouraging and which is a way to go. So the students who are very anxious and worried that, because a lot of not that great news were coming from the industry, trust me, with the vaccination picking up pace and we opening up in next 3 months, people will forget that anything of those things were there, and we will be back as a back with a bang as the industry. Uh, just since most of the discussion I was doing was more towards domestic retail, I'll just give you a sense of what is happening in export market other than the cotton price increase. Uh, well, one more thing what pandemic has done is that it has suddenly told the world that you're buying too much from one particular country. And every industry, whether it is automobiles or any medical supplies, apparel, or anything, people are de-risking their global supply chain, and they'll move out from one country, whether it is India, China, Vietnam. No brand can afford to have a supply chain which is dependent on only one country. So even if 25 to 30% business moves from one of the biggest factory of the world, trust me, India will have a lion's share out of it. India and European Union were under discussion for a trade agreement, almost like a free trade agreement in 2007. After 6 to 7 years of negotiation, it was, put it in a cold storage. Fortunately, it has been revived in last few months, and uh, uh, probably what we are seeing in next 3 to 6 months, we might have a closure. So you all know how big the European fashion market is. So a FTA will definitely help us. Uh, Post Brexit, Britain also, say United Kingdom also has to, have free trade agreements with the world, because now it doesn't have the liberty of being in EU. So that is also in pipeline. And one of the biggest factor for bouncing back of Indian GDP as well as the fashion industry is the domestic consumption. We have a 1 billion plus population who is, earning, who is ready to spend. And trust me, with all these factors, we all will definitely grow and will take a share from the export market of outside our competition, as well as definitely a lot of branded play will increase in India. This is from my side. Thank you.
Many thanks, sir, for your very positive outlook. I am very sure the students will be also glad to see this positive outlook of the industry, and I'm sure they will like to catch on whatever lion's share of the industry which is moving out of other countries coming to India, and they will capitalize on these opportunities. Many thanks for your words of encouragement, sir. Now I will request Mr. Kartavya Sharma to motivate and encourage the students. Sir, Kartavya sir. Kartavya sir, are you able to? हाँ कर्तव्य सर, are you able to? Sir, आप mute हैं sir.
Your voice is cracking. Hello.
Yes, yes. Kartavya sir, I would request you to share your words of
Yes.
encouragement with the students.
Thanks for the introduction, and thanks for the words that we have just exchanged from the two diligent speakers. First of all, with soft skill, these two gentlemen have already explained the students about how these soft skills has to be in place for the success. I'm just going to share you a small example what we follow up in our industry, which is practical. So whenever the upper management sits in the factory for any kind of appraisal or any kind of budget financial approval for an individual, we take care of a lot of things in consideration. The major 60% of the part is just the personal and the soft skill of an individual that we see, and the 40% is the technical. No doubt, whenever we interview someone, we focus on the technical part, but we know that whenever we are interviewing someone, we have to make sure the considerable employee matches our output, and then we consider it. When we roll on to get a lot of employees on board, and then we encourage them to work, and then we decide that yes, if he or she suits our organization, they have to increase their personal growth, they have to increase their soft skill. So we kind of motivate them with their in-house kind of growth with soft skill as well and technical skill as well. So coming back to the point, whenever we have things to consider the growth of the employee, 60% is the soft skill. So whenever you guys have a point in mind that whenever you are sitting with your HR or the upper management for your appraisal, just focus on your personal growth. Whenever you are in a college or in school, you have just seen an education sector or you have seen a skill sector. But whenever you enter a professional sector, you undergo three things. Whenever you step up in your life for your first professional growth, you see three skills. You foresee yourself as a person in professional life, but there are a lot of factors which affect you. The three major problems that individual faces in the professional sector is one, the overconfidence part. The second is the politics, and the third is the the pressure that the employee has. So these three things have to be taken care of by an employee, and this is just your soft skill which will help you out in this. talking about the present situation, because I'm sure present scenario would be the major part here. Most of the people are at the right time of getting a job or are doing their job right now. But the basic thing to be on this presentation would be to explain you guys how this pandemic situation has changed the worldwide sector and how the business is falling. I would just try and explain you about the ongoing and present situation in exports, because I would be the better person to tell you about the export sector, that too with the furniture division. So the present situation, when I see with export, US has raised 37% of their export sales. The European countries have expended 46%. Even with the pandemic situation, there are a lot of exporters, there are a lot of companies in India that we guys have increased the turnover. It's quite surprising, but yes, we have increased the turnover because we are getting a lot of leads, we're getting a lot of containers, and we're getting a lot of opportunities to work with overseas client because of the demands they have. So as an individual or as a designer, if I see myself in this situation, I have to enhance my skill. I have to make myself work towards idea, work towards the out of box kind of thought process, how I can implement my idea and how I can implement my skills so that my part should be considered with XYZ company. This is the better part of challenging yourself in this current situation. US and Europe, there are a lot of clients who are interacting with us for designs and development, and there are a lot of clients who are demanding design furniture. And in India, it's the best scenario right now because there are a lot of designers who are working as an entrepreneurs also, and there are designers who are working part-time, and there are a lot of designers who are on roll. But still, the major differences with these people are the demands. As an organization, if I speak about my organization, getting a lot of people across from India, and we are trying to absorb those designers part-time also and on roll also. We are giving them projects to work on categories, and still keeping in mind about a lot of facts that there are ongoing lockdowns, the guidelines are very strict. Still, the process of online and digital stats are going very smoothly, and still the business is running very smoothly. The best positive part to take out in this scenario is there are a lot of voids, there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of vacancies still in this market for designers, and there is a hope. And it's a positive sign that still people wants to enhance the skill and wants to grow. So there are a lot of people as well. I get a lot of texts from NIFT, keeping in mind that if there is a possibility in this situation to get an internship, if there is a possibility to get a job, yes, it is nothing to do with a negative scope of mind that there is no void, there is no you can say an opportunity for internship. There are a lot of opportunities in exports and furniture right now, but you have to enhance your soft skill also, and you have to enhance your creative mind also. You have to study what are the trends which are ongoing in this pandemic situation. You have to understand what the market is saying to you, what the market is demanding to you. You have to grab that as well. There are a lot of designers who have come up to me and said they have built in such portfolio which is easily considered in this US and UK market. They have built in such designs which are considerable with the ongoing situation, and they are moving forward. There are a lot of people who have created designs and they have sold their design directly to clients like US and UK. Just for an example, I know a person from NID. He just passed out last year, and he has just created his portfolio and sent it across to a lot of exporters in India also, and to the buyers. Now that individual person is working directly with a buyer because his portfolio was well selected with him. So this has nothing to do that your job or your your success scale is on a hung with this situation. You have this opportunity. This is what I can tell you. Related to the ongoing situation opportunities, if any one of you wish to have any kind of internship, or if you wish to have any kind of an on-roll job, I'm sure RUJ Bootstrap as a company will invite every one of you, and the selected people, the considerable people, would be able to get a piece of internship and a piece of job as well. With soft skill, yes, it was a very good interaction between the director, Mr. Kash. It was like, it's a personal touch wherein he gave few humble words to the students, and it was a learning session for me as well, because I was keen to understand what kind of mythological part would have been considerable in these situations. So it was a wonderful scenario with us, and I would love to have these session again if possible. Thank you.
Yes, sir, Kartavya sir, many thanks for your encouraging words and direct offers to the students regarding their jobs. I hope you will get few applications directly straight away now. Now I would request for Professor Guram to kindly take over this session and guide the students how to go about their careers at this point. Sir.
धन्यवाद, नमस्ते, and आदरणीय निफ्ट कांगड़ा परिसर के निर्देशक श्री आकाश दिवांगन जी, धनेन्द्र राठौर जी और कर्तव्य शर्मा जी, मेरे दोनों इकाई प्रभारी और पुनीत जी और मेरे प्यारे निफ्ट की छात्राएं, ये I just got a bit inspired from Akash sir. The way he was quoting a lot of things from the texts, the precious texts that the world is looking forward to learn a lot from. तो मैं ये काफ़ी दिनों से मैं इसको रिसेट करता रहा. This is from our divine poet Kalidas's Raghuvansam. It is the opening song, and since it is about soft skill, I think this would be very appropriate also to add on to whatever he has given, because he has not left much for us to speak. He has covered all aspects to what the students should be and how they should prepare. So there is a sloka, in Raghuvansam, he starts with this sloka. Vagattaviva sampriptau vagatta pratipatti jagatav pitaram vande Parvati Parameshwara. Now this seems to be a salutation to Parvati and Parameshwara, who are like word in its meaning. But actually, if you look at it...
Just a minute, Raghuram ji. Sachan sahab, Sandeep Sachan ji, अपना mic off करेंगे आप? Sandeep Sachan, mute करेंगे? Yeah, please. Sorry to interrupt you, Raghuram.
No, absolutely no problem. We've got used to this because this is a new normal. कभी गलती से भी हो जाता है तो पता भी नहीं चलता अपने. Thank you so much.
मुझे ये सुनना था ध्यान से, that's why मुझे सुनना था ध्यान से, इसलिए मैंने interrupt किया.
मैं दोबारा ये चीज बोलूंगा. It's in the opening sloka of the divine poet Kalidas's Raghuvansam. It goes like this: Vagatta vivasampriptau vagatta pratipatti jagatav pitaram vande Parvati Parameshwara. The meaning of it goes like, it is salutation to Parvati and Parameshwara, because they are inseparable like the word and its meaning. But actually, when you deep dive into this, our divine poet has given more thrust to that particular thing, because whosoever the reader is, because he knows, see, look at the vision of these people. They know that many people across generations will have to get the essence of what they have written long years. And this country is so beautiful. We have preserved so much of text. People have taken a lot from us, but still we have preserved a lot of things. And there are many such things which we have to learn. Like our life, we have to dedicate it only to learn all these things. So language, he says, it is like The aim of the prayer is to gain the knowledge of speech and its meaning. So, so look at me. I'm basically from Tamil Nadu. I'm a Madrasi. That's how people in the north knows people who come from the south. And till my post graduation or even before joining NIFT, my Hindi was nothing because we never got it as a syllabus. But it's a national language, Ashtrabhasha. Or we have to learn this because my first posting was in Delhi with NIFT. And you might have a lot of ideas. You might be a good thinker. You might be very knowledgeable. Your wisdom might be rated better than anybody. But if you cannot convey this at the most simple level where people can understand, your audience can understand, then there's no point in holding all this within your head. That is where the soft skill, including communication, the way we understand, the way we make others understand it, even simpler, is very, very important. That is going to be the key in getting selected during the placements. The way you are going to present yourselves. So this sloka is very, very, I mean, there are many more things. If you dig deeper, you will uncover a lot of things, which is like Vivek, your wisdom, or it might be very mystical, or it might be the spiritual thoughts. Look at one particular text giving you multidimensional aspects. That is the beauty of what we learn and what we understand and what we practice and deliver. So thanks for this opportunity. I think Puneet, you organized it better and with all the great support from Akash sir. Kangra is a very beautiful place, as he said. If it was all okay, there's nothing like I would have kept my first meeting in Kangra because people have been inviting me there for so long. I couldn't visit. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful campus, which has wonderful faculty members and fabulous, flamboyant young minds who are waiting to go the professional career. My best wishes and my prayers to God, the Almighty, to give you all the strength to carry yourselves forward with all positive thoughts and come to the placements 2021, which is scheduled from 5th of July and runs till 27th July across 12 campuses, and it will be in a hybrid mode. Some companies would love to come to the campus to see what work students do and what they have done. And some of the companies are very contented. Probably see somebody like Dhanendraji who's sitting as an e-commerce lead, he will never want to come to a campus. He will do things online. So it depends. It truly depends on how the company works. So we want to facilitate the safety, well-being, and good health of students as well as the recruiters are our top priority. At the same time, we do not want to dilute our commitment of providing a platform with equitable opportunities to every single graduate of NIFT. So that's why class of 2020, of course, yes, I empathize with everybody. It was a very great struggle. In fact, Dhanendraji, you started from February. Me and Amit, we started realizing this from December 2019 when we were traveling. And it all started from Qatar, Oman. So from the Oman airport, when we saw a few people wearing the mask and we got puzzled that why, and suddenly Amit gets a message from his wife saying that there is a news like this. So from there, we were running, and fortunately, we landed in India just 15 days before the country announced lockdown. And as part of that visit, we visited your Thane office on 16th of January to come and apprise what NIFT is doing, how our interdisciplinary curriculum, the new curriculum, is going to bring in a paradigm shift to the way graduates will come and work with the industry. We met a lot of people, and we come back, the placement couldn't happen because of the pandemic. As usual, Raymond keeps supporting us with multiple number of vacancies. Many other companies like that do support. But unfortunately, we couldn't do it in April, but we didn't lose hope. We deferred the placements. We did not cancel it. This is for the information of the graduates. We did not cancel. We deferred it. We were waiting for the right time. And my wholehearted thanks to, I'm telling this in all the meeting, my wholehearted thanks to all the team members of the Industry and Alumni Affairs Unit, our Dean, our DG, and all the campus directors, faculty members across the campus for, working. They never leave any stone unturned, be it internship, GP, whatsoever, graduation, whatsoever it is. They've all put in their whole efforts. On a Saturday, we are all sitting and talking for the benefit of it. And students are top priority for each of us, for NIFT, because you are the brand ambassadors. You are the ones who keep on building the brand equity of the institution. So thanks to all of you for that, and the alumni like you who are flag bearers. So we deferred it to August. We started from August 1st, 2020, and started facilitating students with opportunities online. So we announced the online placement, and that placement we facilitated till 31st March before we announced the placement 2021 1st of June. with more than, I think if I'm not wrong, it's over 1,000 vacancies we have provided online. When everybody said that no vacancy, companies are going bad, they always show big brands which have which have announced bankruptcy. But we forget to look at the other side of it. People took opportunities. India was the only country which made a lot of masks and exported it. This was the country which had the guts to speak about designer masks. All right. This was the country which had that creativity to approach its artisans to bring in various fabrics to construct masks. Work on PPEs. Garment industries, usually through their Jugaad system, they got into manufacturing multiple things which they never expected to do in their lifetime. And omni-channel, which was not gaining momentum, started gaining momentum. This is going to be the new normal for us. Street vendors selling, we're buying from street vendors. We didn't do that, before the pandemic, but now we've got used to it. We do not want to go to a supermarket to buy some mangoes. We want to buy it right in front of our houses. So things roll. I mean, it's the positive note, the positive chord that we used to strike. So when we strike this, then you get good music to hear. So we are here to, motivate you with that good music, my dear young adults. Please do not go by hearsay. If the team of NIFT went by hearsay saying that the market is bad, we wouldn't have got those 1,000 odd vacancies even during the toughest of the time. Many graduates have accepted. Many graduates were taken through pre-placement offers by companies, identifying talents well in advance. Our alumni community has been good, those who are working in the industry, because industry and alumni are inseparable. Whichever company you go, regardless of the size, you will find a NIFTian, and whichever part of the world you go, it's a testimony. I can give you this testimony. I've experienced it myself. Smallest of the factory, you will find a NIFTian coming and saying, sir, how does this factory look like? We used to tell him, this factory looks like a factory because you are here. But that's the ability and capability of a NIFTian. You leave a mark. So the point is that let us not look at sizes. Let us not look at how much we are getting paid at this point in time. Let us honor people who trust our abilities, who are ranking us higher, who realize our needs, and who realize the values that we will provide to them. We have to learn to grow inclusively. Inclusive growth is always stable and sustainable. As an individual, you can't grow and then move grades. The organization has to grow in order to accommodate individuals who help it grow. Probably there wasn't an position called a CEO or a vice president or head of e-commerce or omni-channel commerce in a company like Raymond when they started. But today they have to have multiple layers because the company has grown. Employees have helped the company grow. Employees have helped the fashion business of companies like Raymond, conglomerates like Raymond, the Tatas, the Birlas grow. So we have to be part of that growth. We should understand what is our role in that particular growth and grow along with it. So I think most of the part has been covered by everybody, and it's very, very important that we stay very confident. We stay what we are. Let us not try to pretend whom we will be, but let us always be what we are, and that is going to be our strength. And I keep on telling everybody that whatever we do today, if not for tomorrow, it will keep haunting us. I mean, if it is a good thing, it will keep following us. If it is something bad, if it is something unethical, against our values, against our system, against the human expectations, then it keeps haunting you. So humility, I think that's the key for us, and we are very proud. This country has helped us imbibe that right from our younger age. So let us not look at something because it is big, something because it is lucrative. If at all, अगर उसको हासिल करना है, फिर हम अपने आप को तैयार भी करना पड़ेगा. So let us be prepared. Let us equip ourselves. To equip ourselves, we need to spend time. We need to be loyal. I will not say that you should not shift jobs. I will not say you should not grow. You can do all that, but do ethically, do with procedure. Don't do it frequently because it is going to haunt you on a longer run. Nobody would like to see a CV where a person is shifting every 5 months or 6 months or every year, in fact. So the point is that don't look at only the materialistic gains. Look at the intellectual gains. Look at the credibility that you can build. Look at the loyalty that you can exhibit, and the trust, the integrity that we can build. So there are many things. All these when comes together as a glowing ball, then you will see money will keep following. Your lifestyle will keep following. So all that we need to do is to realize what is the situation that we are navigating. I can assure you kids one thing. At NIFT, we leave no stone unturned. In fact, students have exhibited a lot of tendency of becoming entrepreneurs, and NIFT has started its own innovation and incubation ecosystem, the NIFT Fashion Design Incubator, NFDI. So I welcome all the young graduates who are very innovative, who are apprehensive of becoming entrepreneurs. Don't worry, please apply to this incubator. NIFT will handhold you through the incubation process, then the acceleration process, and then you're going to fly high. So that's how it is. So we are building an ecosystem. We request you to be the part of the ecosystem. So please visit the NIFT CMS. All those candidates who have not got a single opportunity from the class of 2020 to embark on your professional journey, please register there. And all the graduates of 2021 also go for job seeker registration. All those who've got the PPO, class of 2020 and 2021, both, it's with folded hands, I appeal to you. Those who've got PPO, please accept it and disclose it. Those who have got jobs because of your exceptional performance, because of some alumni who has recognized your work and recommended you've got a job there, please disclose it to the campus. And why is that? We have got at least one opportunity for survival, but there are many in the queue who are waiting for such an opportunity with the same amount of pressure or even more pressure than you. It's time to be ethical. It's time to hold on to our value system. It's time to be exhibit our positive values. Overall, it's time to show that we are Niftians, and we always are part of the change which we bring in not only the fashion industry but the Indian industry ecosystem as a whole. So I wish you all great success. I wish you all to be with perseverance, good health, and in Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 45, Bhagavan Sri Krishna clarifies the doubt of Arjuna by saying, Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma palahetu mati sangostu karma. Very simple. He says, please do the duty to your best. Leave it to the Paramatma, the rest. So if you're hard work, again, I'm echoing Akash sir, hard work, you have to just do what you have to. If it has to be appreciated, don't expect it. You will be appreciated. If you have to learn, learning is a life through process. Continue to learn, continue to imbibe values, continue to do what you love to do it with passion. All your expectations and compensations will come and fall on your lap. Trust me, if it doesn't, I'll be here in NIFT for quite some time. You can call me anytime to say that you said that and it didn't happen. I'll be more than happy to answer that. Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Yes, and many thanks for your words of encouragement. I think if Raghuram sir, should we open the session for question answers now? I think.
Yeah, please. You're the host.
Yes, sir. If anybody has any queries with the, we have two experts from the industry. We have our director sir, we have Professor Raghuram sir here, and we have two unit in charges, Amit sir and Ranjini ma'am. So anybody has any query, they can put your query to the experts as well as to our faculty members and team.
Hope the two experts are not getting delayed because it's a Saturday.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
Okay. Thank you. Kids, please ask questions. I mean, we are here to hear your concerns, and we are going to speak what reality is, what you can expect from us, what you can expect from the industry, and how to prepare for it. So please go ahead. Don't evaluate your questions before you ask. Please feel free. This session is organized to give you some insights on this and take questions from you.
Yes.
लगता हमने सारे डाउट्स मतलब अपना भाषण में क्लियर कर दिया है, किसी के पास कोई सवाल ही नहीं है.
Yeah. So yes.
On behalf of students, if you have some questions, you can put it. We'll be happy to answer them also.
Otherwise, I think Puneet, you can collect the questions, whatever the query they may have, yes, and they can send to you, and then you can forward to the industry experts, or to us also.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir, there is one query which has been raised by Adnan, he's asking, how can we approach an industry for a job if we don't have any contacts?
We will help you. We are here to help you. See, today, I think Sharmaji has openly said that if you see, people are like this coming and volunteering. I need not speak about Raymond because Raymond has been running shoulder to shoulder with us. So, we are here to help. It's very simple. Contacts in the sense, it's not that it has to exist in your phone or in your diary. It can exist with any of us or your friends. Certainly, we are here to help. So don't worry about that. Not only through placements, we've started helping people through off-campus placements after the placement window. We have started helping even after you become alumni. That's why we have a unit in charge alumni affairs. Ms. Ranjini is sitting there. So we are a family here. Please try to understand. NIFT is a family, and that family has faculty, administrators, officers, staff, students, and the alumni also. Now, industry is also part of the family because industry and NIFT alumni are inseparable. You will have, both are one and the same for us. Right? So I think we will continue to travel together. So don't worry about that.
I have one question.
Sure.
This is Saurabh Chaturvedi, faculty. My question is for Dhanendra. Most of our students are trying to do the project on UI UX or developing an app. Okay, so we should encourage these kind of students in future, most after this era, after this COVID, because most of them are doing for even in factories for designing, they're trying to develop UI UX app. And sometimes we have some faculties or we try to sometimes discourage. So what do you see? These kind of projects, we look forward for more kind of research in this area. Industry is also going towards app-based shopping, everyone.
So Saurabh, it's a tricky question. I'll be honest, right now everyone is developing either a D2C website or an app for UI UX. It's rampant and it is here to stay. The only challenge what I see, you should definitely encourage it because if not anything else, they'll learn. But other than that, for the apps, one thing what we have observed as a trend in last 2 years is that every phone and every individual has a limit to how many apps he wants to keep in the phone. So that always becomes preferential. So whatever you are developing, whatever students are developing, if it is unique enough that you can be in the top 3, top 5 of anyone's priority, you should develop it and throw it open. It definitely works. And these new developments of UI UX, both D2C as well as app-based, are here to stay. And not only for fashion, apparel, designing, omni-channel selling, it will be for health, heartbeat trackers. Now you see how many apps are there. For everything that you do, right from studying, teaching, everything will be having some sort of UI UX involvement.
Right. Many thanks, sir.
Very true. That's why I'll just add on, Puneet. That's why if you see, in the past 1.5, 2 years, there are not many companies. I give you an example, like Goldman Sachs came in, Ligato healthcare company comes in, education company, online education companies are coming. Companies like Carvale, then Uber, and all the e-commerce companies like Myntra, Raymond is recruiting for that particular thing. So it's kind of, we have to look at the current requirement as well. As Dhanendraji was saying, it becomes an experience to move further from there. And what not? Why not? Look at the education system that is going online. People are picking up certificates and degrees online. So it all attracts that particular thing. But you have to look at the interest in doing, and not everybody, because it is booming, everybody cannot do that. You need that underlying core domain expertise added on with these tools that we use. Okay, the design principles and the tools that we use to become an effective personality in that particular area. So I think we should open it up. That is one of the importance of having an interdisciplinary education that we introduced in 2018. So I think open, free. Anybody who wants to do, I think they should.
Right, sir. Many thanks, sir. So one last time, I would like to ask if anybody has a query. Otherwise, we can wrap up the session. Yes, sir. Raghuram sir, there is a question posted by Diksha.
For me to answer, yeah. There's an online placement option. Yeah, Diksha, don't worry. The placements are going to happen on hybrid mode. Though we call it placement 2021, companies are going to register. It's their choice. If they want to come to the campus, they can come. We did a survey, okay, before this second wave. We spoke to the companies, a lot of decision makers. And 26, nearly about 20% of them said they would want to visit the campus, and most of them were intended to look at the portfolio, how the students draw it, probably some demonstrations about status. Whereas 35% of them wanted to do it online. So that's the key. That was the key assessment for us to make it a hybrid placement. So it is online. It's not that it is going to be only offline. It is going to be online, and you should not be too concerned about it. If the situation, I'm telling you, the situation, we do not know. Today it's 12th of June, and the placement is going to start on 5th of July. Might be that we go only online because we have to assess it day by day. That's how we are compelled to do it under this pandemic situation. So things are going to be online. We will ensure that you will be safe, and we will minimize your logistics and the company recruiters logistics as well. We will ensure that we continue to provide opportunities as we did in 2020.
Right. So we will keep updating you with the changes if there are regarding the placements. So I have created a channel which you are all part of, and through the CCs also we will keep communicating to the changes in the placement modus operandi when and as per the situation demands. So keep your patience and let us see how things turn up by last week of June or before the starts of placements. Right. So I will now propose the vote of thanks. First, I would like to thank Mr. Dharender and Mr. Kartavya to take out a time from the schedule and address us and give students a brief about the scenario of the industry, as well as, I would say, a positive scenario of the industry, and, and how to, jumpstart your careers and progress well. I would thank our director Akash Devanganji IRS to lay the foundation through mythology quotes and also telling them that hard work will be, the base is by the four pillars, and hard work will start keeping your building so that you can reach high in the sky, maybe surpass Burj Khalifa sometime. And to Professor Raghuram sir for his words of wisdom and encouragement to the students. And I would like to thank Amit sir, Ranjini ma'am to be part of this meeting, to Shipra ma'am, Sandeep Sachan sir, Saurav Chaturvedi sir, my colleagues in the NIFT Kangra campus to be here and be part of this. My thanks to the students to join here and patiently listen, and I hope you will take a lot of these ideas with you, lot of these suggestions with you, and be star alumni for us, shine like brightest in the sky, and let us hope to see you soon. Placements are currently on. We are in progress in talks with the companies to register for placements. You can check your own logins to apply for vacancies. Schedule is there, so make plans if required to travel where you want to travel. All other information will be shared with you in due course of time. Many thanks again to all who are present here. I think we can now conclude this session. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks,
Thank you.
NF, for the
Thank you.
opportunity.
Thanks a lot.
It was pleasure meeting you all.
Thank you.
Same, sir. Same here, sir.
Thank
Same.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
Kartavya
you.
sir. Thank you, Kartavya sir. Thank you, Director sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Best wishes to all the students for the ongoing placement.
Thank you, sir.
And in between, all I have to say to all of them that we are.
Sir.
Puneet sir will brief you about this. We can brief right now also, Pavitra sir.
Sir, I lost your voice, sir. अब किसकी बात कर रहे थे?
जो हम मॉक इंटरव्यूज कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, मॉक अभी सर काफी चले गए हैं. We have only 4-5 left, but I will put it in the group and pass the message through CCC. Yes, sir. Raghuram sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.